Hello, fellow rafters. What you're going to see is my theme park raft that I've built for 200 foundation is less, so it makes it easy for you to only have to monitor 2 engines and run those. And before I started playing, I tried finding some inspiration on a way to maybe build a raft, and I couldn't find anything. Everything on YouTube was people that had these really huge ships and nothing really playable. So I decided to share my video here of what I built on my first time playing Raft, my first time trying the Raft. So let's get started with my tour. All right, here we are at the front of my raft, and we're in Tropic Land. This is the first section of the raft I started with when I first started playing. This is my first time playing Raft, never played before. So anyway, here we have in our kitchen and our bar, as you can see over here, we have the counter, and it shows you we only have 198 on our foundation. So all we need is 2 engines for this raft. And by the way, this raft is fully functional, and everything you're going to see is straight as it came from the game. There's no mods. I haven't done any painting. I haven't even learned how to paint yet. And so everything you're going to see is just the all natural from the game. So what I have here is our cooking pot. And over here is the bar. These are 2 cabinets that are stacked on top of each other. I also have in that corner, there's I think it's 1, 2, 3 cabinets that are side by side to make like a little bit bigger table. Now the reason I don't do cooking or making of water or anything like that is because this raft has been updated to Wi-Fi. We've gotten with the times, so we can actually order out to a delivery service and they will bring us the stuff that we need. You notice I have a little storage right here on the counter. And reason for this is where I have my deliveries come to. And I'm going to do another video on that. So make sure that you hit that notification button also so that you can get updated to that video when it comes out. Also make sure you like and subscribe. And if we take a look here, this is my refrigerator. So you see I have a ton of drinks in here. A ton of food, and these are all that will last a long time. They'll really fill up your bar, so you don't have to waste your time farming and cooking and doing all that stuff. You know what I do? I spend my time building this raft. I've also got a couple of hobbies of hunting, of treasure hunting, animal hunting, so I like to do those with my time. We'll talk more about those a little bit later, but let's move on. So as you can see, this was the kitchen and the bar, and up, as you can see up on the top, is our command center. So let's take a walk around to that side. Over here now, I do have a water thing just for emergencies. You never know when you might be out here and can't get to that kitchen, so there's water here. I've got my anchor right here, and research desk is right here. If we come up to the upper level, this is our command center. And if we come over here, I believe if I just stand let's see, if I stand right here, I have access to the anchor, I have access to my screen, I can open my sail, and I can even operate my controls all from one spot. So that makes this a really nice spot right here. Now, when it comes to, most of the times I just use the sail. I go with the flow of the water. If I see a land, I can go over there. The only time I really need to use an engine is if I'm going upstream. And the only 2 engines that I have, my engines are all back here. And I covered them up because I don't like to look at these ugly engines. But we do have to have an opening so we can access the controls. So you can see I can activate this engine right here. I can activate this engine right there. And then I can go upstairs to my control, lift the anchor, and go and steer the ship. All right, so before we go to the other lands, let's move over here to my storage area. So right here is all of my storage, and on the left side is all the things that you can buy or you can make in the game. And on the right side is all of your raw materials. So let's take a look right here. We'll go at the bottom. You see these are all of our seeds and flowers that we've picked off of some of the islands here. This right here are their planks and any other miscellaneous items that I might happen to need. Up in here are more stuff that we collect from the ocean as we move along. And finally, here's some metal and rocks and stuff you like, clay and sand. So dirt, everything you might need over there. And then of course over here is all the stuff that you can either make or you can buy. So the bottom one is my tools. So before I head out to an island, I can just go to those. I got some batteries here, some decoration lights, a few extra items that I might need. Here's some more items, plants. This is where you can see I have my grill. I can put those out, but I don't really use them anymore, so I just store them away. And this one's empty, so really only using 7 storages. You see all these videos of people using hundreds. I don't get why they need so much. So anyway, let's move on. We're going to go into Mountain Land. All right, this is Mountain Land. Now we come into here, and before I get over that, because we were talking about the engines, looks like I'm getting thirsty here. So I take one of these power drinks and boom, now I got a nice burst, and that'll keep me going for a while. As you can see here, here's my engines from the back side. I can place my planks in here. And one other thing I forgot to show you. On the side here is where we can change directions. Now because the engines are so close together, what I do is I can change the direction right over there. But if I wanted to change the direction on the other one, then I need to climb up to here, and then I can just look down and I can change the direction down here. So anyway, these are the engines. Here's a sneak peek. They're right next to each other. They don't have much room, so minimum space. I could double the size of this and I still got plenty of power. All right, so let's go back down. Here is our mountain area. I really like to live in the mountains. I like the ocean and I like the mountains, so my theme park ship has both of those. And as you notice, here's my cabin. Now I've raised it up off the ground because I want to be able to see the pine trees. I didn't want to see the planters that the pine trees are in. So by being up this high, we have a nice view of the pine trees. Now, one of the things I mentioned I like to do here, now that my ship is built and I'm going along, I don't know if I'm even going to finish the storyline. I got the stuff that I need off of the storyline already. I spend my time like treasure hunting. There's 8 paintings that you can use your metal detector to try to find. As you can see on the wall there, I got 2. I have another one over here, and I have one there. So I found 4 of them, and I still got 4 more to go. And also another hobby of mine is hunting. So as you can see over here, I have a couple of heads on the wall, and I want to get more and fill up this wall with more of the animals and put their heads up here. Okay, now we come back here to the fun zone in our petting zoo. Now my future plans here, I want to get the rare cluckers, and I want to put them in here. There's 2 of them. So I need to find those, and that's what I'm doing. I'm actually hunting for these rare cluckers. I also want to get the rare llamas. I want to put them in here, and then if I find the rare goats, I'm going to make another space. But one of my ideas is to have llama races. And so I'm going to get rid of this little rope right here in the middle. So what I wanted to do was have the llamas dropped in here, then they can run down this lane, go across into the other lane and go down, and the llama that gets to the other side first will be the winner. And we could have llama races here in our theme park. Now, going upstairs, we have a couple more attractions, so let's head up there and see what's going on. All right, so here we are up at the top. And this is where we have our zip line and our high dive. Now, if I'm up here and I'm looking around and I see a ship and I need to stop the ship right away, I could take this zip line on the right and it goes down to the front into the tropic land, and that's right where the anchor is. Now, if it's nighttime and I want it to be daytime, I can just come over here, and as you can see, there's my, take that zip line on the left, it goes down to my house, and I have a skylight and an opening, and you can just drop right in there and go to bed, and it's instantly morning. So another thing that we like to do while we're up here is what is my high dive. Now, as you can see down there, we don't have much of a space. If we move too much to the left, we're going to hit the plank, and if we go up too high, we're going to land in that tree. And I've done that before, and it just does not feel that good. So let's try not to hit into that tree. But what we want to do is, let's give us a nice jump, and boom, we hit it. All right, let's see. We hit a good jump right there. Whoa, look how close I came. Now that was close. We almost ended up smashing into the tree this time, but that was good. So anyway, that was the high jump. This is an aerial view of my raft. When I first started, it looked like this right here. It was like about 100, raft foundations. And I had my
engine was over here. I had one engine over here, and then up here was my my cooking stuff. My water stuff was over here, and then I had my smelters and things over here. And this lasted for about 1/3 of the storyline. So for the first chapter of the storyline, and I did this. And what you can do during that first chapter of the storyline is everything that this is what was available there. So that's why I have that tropical theme, because that is the biome that the first chapter goes through. And so we ended up creating this this tropical theme to get started with. And then what happened was we went into the second chapter, and that's where they have that mountain biome. And then I was able to start picking up pine trees and other things that I wanted to plant, and I wanted to create a second land for that and double the size of my raft, so that would require more engines. And so since I was going to add a second engine, I decided to remove it and put all the engines in the back of the raft. And just for safety's sake, I decided just to add 2 extra ones. So I'm only using these 2 engines over here. If I was ever to go bigger, I've already got extra engines in there. If I needed some more space, I could probably take those out and use it for something else. And so basically when I got to the mountain area, I started preparing to build the second part. And then you have three in that second chapter there, you have 3 different cities to go through. And as you go to those cities, you can pick up supplies that you need to expand. And some of those things would be like the zip line, more tropical plants that I were able to add to the front here. And so now I was getting ready to add the second town, and that was the mountain one. So then I added on the mountain one, and I added a bedroom on there and everything else. And then, you know, you get to Caravan Town, you get to learn the zip line. So now it was time to add a amusement park onto this. So next I added this really tall tower, and I used it for the zip line. So that way, if you want, you can come here and go to Mountain Land. There's another one that comes all the way down here. Comes all the way down here to the tropical land, where we can you know, go to our ship's controls or the anchor. And then after that, I added the animals. So after I finished 2/3 of the storyline, or you get to the last one, that big bubble city. So anyway, after I got to that, that's pretty much where I am now. The other stuff, since I'm not using biofuels, I'm not using all these water pipes, I really don't need to finish the storyline now, because all my engines run on planks. So that way I don't have to spend time making you know, fuel and all that stuff. I just collect the planks for free. And you can pretty much beat the whole game and have a great time doing it with a raft that you feel very comfortable, whether I'm hanging out in the mountains or whether I'm up here in the tropics doing things. Well, that concludes the tour of my raft. I hope it has given you some design ideas and inspired you to make a really good raft that you can use for yourself on your next adventure while you're out there rafting. So until the next time, rafters, make sure that you hit my like and subscribe button. Oh, and click that bell, because I will be having more videos coming and you want to be notified of those, okay? So have a great time rafting.